It's nice seeing some friendly faces in the audience, and thanks for joining us. My name is Bella Surani. I am the founder and principal consultant at SalesPro. We are a boutique firm, and we help leaders to scale their sales organizations. I'm honored to be here with Mr. Narcis Pop, who's the founder and CEO of the group Euro Narcis. So today, we're going to talk about CRM, sales and marketing automation at Euro Narcis. And we structured our talk into three parts. First of all, we will present the overall context of the implementation. Then we will deep dive into the different needs, the specific business units at Euro Narcis Group. And finally, we'll conclude on the two key business benefits that Odoo brings to the table. So first of all, this implementation is in Romania, a beautiful country with lots of opportunities for Odoo. And this is not about just because of the numbers, like more than 500,000 SMBs with more than 2 million potential users in these companies, and with a very low ERP penetration, level of digitalization in these companies. I personally believe that in Romania, these are exciting times for Odoo because stakeholders at all levels, they have a sense of urgency. So not only the businesses, like employees, in the boardroom, the CEOs in Romania, in these SMBs, they think about digitalization. They want to implement systems like Odoo, but there is full support at the government level. A few years back, the government created a National Authority for Digitalization. There are funds, and pretty much a lot of capital is invested into these initiatives. I think this is very important, and why I'm talking about this, because as you will see, we will understand why Odoo was chosen at Euro Narcis Group. The second reason why I believe that Odoo has great opportunities in Romania is related to how the local ERPs, the legacy ERP systems were built. And here, majority of the ERP systems in Romania are built around accounting document versus sales management. What does it mean? That from the get-go, these solutions are lacking critical features for sales management, like CRM, sales and marketing automation. But not only this, because they were built around accounting documents, it means that now with the government's focus to push this digitalization agenda, they are trapped into this accounting circle where they have to dedicate resources on maintaining these accounting compliancy. So they have even less time to give the features what Odoo is giving to these companies. And the last one is related to how these ERPs, local systems, were historically deployed and sold in Romania. They were built around full customization. What does it mean? When someone wanted an ERP, the local provider would come with a very talented team of software developers, but their approach would be different from Odoo's. They would tell me, Mr. CEO, what's your need? What do you want? And we will build it for you. And we all know that today, this approach is a very long approach, a bit full of bumps. So in this context, and because of these two reasons, at Euro Narcis, we took another direction, and we looked at Odoo, and Odoo came as a winner because they have this features approach. As it is today, we've seen the new versions. So pretty much if someone chooses Odoo, they know that every year there are new features coming back to them from the feedback of all these million users. But of course, these were not the only reasons why Odoo was selected for this project. And let's look at now at the group itself. The company was founded by Mr. Pop in 2002, and since then, from the shop specialized manufacturing metal parts for the building industry, it grew to a diversified group with different brands and different businesses. So here, like it's a business with 30 million euros, 170 employees, and 40 people working in the different sales teams and marketing teams. And as we were advancing with the selection of the tool, in competition with local ERPs, when we presented Odoo, the single question that came back from each of these businesses, are you sure that this single software will be able to satisfy the needs of all these different sales teams? And you will see, because as we continue and dive into these different businesses, each business has a different sales team and different problems. For example, this is the historical business of the group, which is manufacturing, today running under the brand of Argento. They have very modern production lines. In their case, the sales team is a young and ever-changing sales team. They have not only changes at the agents level, but changes also at the executive level, at the sales direction level. So when they said Odoo, they said, wow, this is simple. Odoo managed to boil it down to very simple concepts. I want this tool because I don't want to go down into a customization with such a lengthy, bumpy road where I have to write specifications, requirement, and also fix defects. So they right away saw the opportunity. What does it mean? A product, a features-oriented solution versus a fully custom-based, locally built ERP. The second business, which has the largest sales team, is the B2B distribution arm running under the brand of Euro Narcis. And here they've been working in the market for 20 years, great coverage, great national coverage, with very strong sales agents, very experienced, like the old sales agent. So when we went in to present the solution, we were expecting some kind of pushback, when you're trying to sell a CRM to an old sales guy. And we were surprised to receive a very positive feedback, because what was their need? They wanted a tool where it can link easily the opportunity with the different activities. They do a lot of visits. That's what they do, 7-8 visits a day. And Odoo, out of the box, provides that view, linking with the activities, seeing on a schedule based. So they like that. So they were sold on the idea. The group also has a retail network running under the brand My Store. These are retail stores very present in the local community. That's their added value. So the store, the people who work in the store, they know the local handyman, they know the local gardeners, so they have recurring business. What they needed, again, something where very easily they can capture the lead, someone who's walking into the store, but not buying right away. So the people who are selling in the retail store, they wanted to capture quickly this information so they can send it off to the mobile sales team, so they can at some point go and visit this customer and back sell them the tool that they tried in the retail network they didn't buy. And they were captured by the ease of use of the mobile application. They say, okay, I can have this Odoo in desktop in the shop, and I quickly, easily send off these leads to them. So again, here we had a successful discussion and selling with the team. The fourth business at Euro Narcis Group is a high-end medical services clinic. This is very new to the group. And here, again, when we went in, I thought that we would receive a pushback, because you are talking with doctors, nurses, personnel who is not really looking into sales. But they were hooked on the marketing automation capabilities of the tool. They were hooked on the website module. And very interesting feedback. I was not expecting this. When we came out, the marketing director told me, Bella, actually this is the first time when I see a tool which will enable me to bring back in-house some of my core activities, like posting, like website development. So they said, yes, CRM, maybe not the module that we will jump on right away, but definitely the website module and the marketing automation will enable us to bring back the typically outsourced activities to a marketing agency. The fifth business, which is the custom product development, and I left it this last because here was when I went in and presented, I thought that they would be the people getting on the train right away, and pretty much because they have long sales cycles, lots of touch points, so the CRM is great for them. But he said, you know what? No, let's wait. So actually where I was expecting that they would be the most easiest sale in terms of the tool, they were the ones who said, okay, let's slow down. So out of the 5 businesses, this is the one where the system is not yet implemented, and they will be waiting to see from their colleagues the feedbacks, and at some point they will get in. Why I'm telling you all this? Just to show you that the Odoo tool can be deployed in so many sales teams, different agents, and the common denominator that was the selling point in all these different sales teams, from the young sales agent to the very like the older experienced sales agent, is simplicity. It gives you exactly what you need in a very condensed way. And now we get to the part of the presentation which is the most exciting for me. Let's talk about the 2 key business benefits that Odoo brings to the table. And as you've seen, this was not a presentation about technology. This was not a presentation about tricks. It's on purpose, because what we wanted to show is how the tool, Odoo, in a market where there's a huge competition from local developers, can win if we talk about the business side. So here the main business benefit is around increased efficiency in sales. If you talk to the sales teams about this, the tool is secondary, and Odoo can do this. So what are the 3 drivers of this efficiency? First, focus on what matters. And I like very much this reporting menu. Most of them you know. It's boiled down to the essential. When the sales director saw this, they recognized right away that exactly what they were doing on paper and Excel files, they now get it into a system. Because that's what they do. When someone comes in, they look at the forecast, they want to ensure that the activities are done, which means the past, that the agents are doing what they need, and the present, which is the conversion, which is the pipeline report. And of course, they need also to think about the future. We all know, those who are working with sales teams, that without leads, without prospecting, at some point your pipeline will dry out. So Odoo, again, managed to boil it down to the essential. When you show this menu to a sales director, they recognize. So we are not talking anymore about systems, we are talking about business benefits. More transparency, definitely now. We are off from the emails, we are off from the paper documents, from agendas, from phones. Everything is in the system. It means that if someone wants to check the pipeline in the evening, they can check it. They will see exactly the same information as the sales director will see. So there's no more need to have calls. Oh, what is this? Where are you working now? So more transparency. And this was the one, less noise in the pipeline. Was amazing to see that just 1 week after using the systems, we discovered noisy item in the pipeline. When you manage your pipeline in Excel files, when you manage your pipeline on paper or phone, you will have noise in the pipeline. So they spent less time on the more important deals, and they were focusing on deals which was not so important. What is doing Odoo to enable these discussions? Very simple. 3 numbers: expected revenue, probability, and expected closing. The tool guides the salespeople to enter these numbers, to have these discussions with the customer, meaning that at some point, the quality of your pipeline will increase. Your sales agent will spend less time on these junk leads, these junk opportunities, and basically maybe you will decrease the number of opportunities in the sales pipeline, but you will have higher quality, spending more time on these high quality opportunities, definitely increasing the efficiency of the sales pipeline. This is very important business benefit. Again, we're not talking about systems, we're not talking about coding, we're talking about pure business benefits for the sales team. The second one, which is coming mainly from the use of the web module and the marketing automation modules, is about better and more meaningful discussions with the customer. In Romania, most of the marketing activities are outsourced. Lots of marketing agencies working at this. They do very, very quality work, but now you have someone, you have between you and the customer, you have a guy who will translate the messages. So no one outside can have the same meaningful discussions, the same meaningful messages as your team inside. But now with Odoo, with the help of Odoo, these activities are brought in-house, so meaning that now they have a better quality discussion with the customer. They have flexibility. They can change. They don't rely on outside partners. They have faster turnaround. And what is the most important is ability to quickly pivot. And we all know that not all marketing campaigns will be successful. We have to change. Now with this activity being in-house, they could decrease the turnaround time from weeks to days. In some cases, maybe hours. If something is not working inside without dependency on the outside agency, they can pivot and they can change. And again, this is a true, very important business benefit. Now we've seen the context, the country, but I do believe lots of opportunities for Odoo. We've seen how Odoo, the standard Odoo CRM and sales modules and web modules can satisfy a sales team need in a very large variety and diversity of scenarios. We've seen two business benefits, so we are coming to the end of the presentation, but before that, I want to leave you with some thoughts about the future. Let's go into the future. Before you leave this room, let's think about the future. And I think from this implementation, what we learned in this very diversified business, that Odoo changes the way we do business. We are not talking anymore systems. We're not talking anymore technology. Managers, sales managers have time to talk about people. They have time to coach these people. And this is crucial. Why it's crucial? Because probably in all the countries, but especially in Romania, we have a scarcity of talent. And good guys, they need good systems. And so that's where we think that Odoo is this system, where you don't need to talk about system anymore, and you can focus on coaching, and you can focus on customers. Thank you for your time, thank you for your attention. I think we have the last part, which is a pad. So I need to?
I will open it.
Yes, please.
I didn't see it. I didn't see the QR.
So welcome. All questions are welcome.
No questions yet. Maybe a question from my side. You were talking about customized ERP systems that is really popular with everybody, especially from Romania and so on, as you said. But what is your main point when you're convincing them to choose a system like Odoo?
So did you hear the question?
I think you need to.
Yes. So here the question is coming from
Lika.
Lika, is that what is the main convincing factor when we go into a competitive situation with a locally developed, fully customized solution versus Odoo. And I think it's simple. It's you need to talk to the business owner, you need to talk to the directors, because they see the value of using a system where they don't depend anymore on all these IT changes. They get the simplicity, they get the features, and pretty much is showing them that Odoo has, even in the standard, the Odoo system has more features than the team will ever need. And that's the first one. The second one is the time of implementation. And I not just asked them, how long it took you to develop the last feature that you asked from your ERP provider? And they talk about months and high budgets. Here what I respond, Odoo has a commitment to have every year a major release. Let's look at the last release, and in the last release you see a bunch of features. I say, you don't have to ask for them. They just develop it for you based on feedback from millions of users. And of course the price. I think the price is important. From a price quality perspective, I think there is no better solution today than Odoo compared to even other providers, other big providers, international providers, let alone the local ERP systems.
Thank you. So a little bit of a functional question right now. So how do you deal with the follower function in the CRM and the sales process? How do you avoid possible mistakes and sending undesired emails to followers?
So here the question is, how do you avoid the mistake of sending unwanted emails to customers? Yes, this is a question that comes up at the very first demo, when you can have when you have the messages and you see the feature, you can send messages to followers, and then you have the log note functionality, which just makes a note internally. And here is always the benefit, and so you can continue using email where you are sure, but I think when you click on the send message, Odoo presents you with an additional window when you can add extra recipients, but also it's up to you to check that this is going to the right people. So yes, at the beginning there is a change, and you always have to manage change, where you need to be more attentive at the beginning, but down the road, imagine the huge benefits of that. Now, customer communication is in a single place. So if something happens to one of your sales agents, you are not relying on his email box, you're not relying on his phone, everything will be there. So I believe that typically customers, when they hear this, they are convinced, and then training and change management, that's what I would suggest.
Another one is, so everything from email marketing and so on is in-house right now, but what if you have an external agency that needs to work on it? How do you integrate them in your campaigns?
Yes, so maybe I didn't enter into the details, but when I said bring in marketing activities in-house, I didn't mean everything. Of course, marketing agencies are valuable partners. And here there are two different things you have to decide. First, you have to decide where the border is. And maybe I can go back to the previous slides. You can see here, there is an element which is managed internally, but we are relying still on external partners from something. And of course, you can give access to Odoo. You can get access, you integrate the team. So the additional benefit of bringing this activity into Odoo is that now the knowledge about your postings, about your newsletters is not anymore in the marketing agency system. It's not controlled by them. You are the holder of all this information, and you can give access to the parts which you require. So by bringing it in-house, you really get back the ownership on all these assets.
And the last one is, do SMS social media integration to the CRM require extra coding, or is it standard functionality?
Can you repeat?
Do the SMS social media integration to the CRM require extra coding, or were you able to implement the CRM with the standard functions?
Yes, so we went with, our strategy was, the question was that do the SMS, social media integration to the CRM required coding, or we just went with the standard functions? So from the very beginning, we went with the strategy where we will do only customization which can be done with Studio. So we didn't want to rely on coding because we wanted to use Odoo as a product. No more IT integration, no more IT people. We wanted to be able to run it inside. And yes, so we can do posting, we can do social media integration, we are doing the different marketing Odoos, but we are using to the extent of the standard features. And it works. And it means that sometimes you will need to do maybe something specific outside, but that's okay. We believe that the benefit of keeping and staying in the standard Odoo is much more in the future than trying to do all these customizations, which will maybe solve 5% of the cases, but 80 to 90% of the situations, we just solve it with the standard, and for the rest, we apply point-to-point solutions. But definitely the benefits is far, far beyond in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.